Asian comedian gets canceled by his own community over racist jokes. All right, man, let's get into this thing.
Unfunny Asian comedian Hans Kim just went viral after joking that ICE wasn't going hard enough on black people.
My only problem with ICE is that they're going after every minority group except black people.
And of course, with things being the way they are right now in this country, he received immediate backlash.
Did y'all feel all that hate? That was not a joke. That was just hate. Because there's nothing funny about wishing harm on another community.
Every joke has a bit of the truth in it. He wants them to solely focus on black people.
Because let's be real, wishing ICE would do more harm to the black community, which has historically been the target of government and law enforcement violence, especially in a time when ICE is already harassing, attacking, detaining, arresting, disappearing marginalized communities. So no, this isn't edgy or dark humor. It's tone deaf.
Well, yeah, let me say this before he gets too crazy into it too. Yeah, I mean, I hate to see stuff happening to any groups of people, man. This ain't a racist channel over here. This is just like a truth channel and just trying to get the truth out and trying to make sure my people understand who they are and try and make sure we do better than where we at, because we are, to me, the greatest. And not to put anybody down just from, just looking at the history of just mankind. I mean, we are pretty significant. We are the originals, right? And with the original land with the most resources. And so anyway, not to get on to that, but it's bad to see what's happening. But this supposed to be about U.S. citizenship, right? It's supposed to be about U.S. citizenship. It's not supposed to be about Latinos, not supposed to be about Europeans, not supposed to be about blacks, Africans, Somalians, anything like that. It's supposed to be about documented U.S. citizenship. And if it gets anything past that, that's wrong. Um, this is a very aggressive approach in which they are doing it, because yes, Obama has deported more people than Donald Trump, but the way he did it, you wouldn't even notice it. But this is supposed to be about U.S. citizenship. And the color shouldn't matter.
Dangerous and a very clear example of how Asians are perceived as selling out other minority communities who get closer to whiteness.
People who bought into the model minority myth as a way to somehow align us with whiteness. It's also saying you're a good minority, therefore there must be a bad minority. Right?
But here's the part about all this that really caught my attention. Yeah, black folks spoke up about this like we always do. But this time, his own community was calling his ignorance out.
Hans Kim, you can suck it. That line, give them more room to breathe, made my skin crawl.
And I respect that, because it's very rare to see other communities publicly check their own when racism...
Well, let me say this first, my brother. Shout out to my Asians over here. When, of course, I go hard at everybody, so I don't want nobody to be like, oh, you just go hard at them. I go hardest on my own people, to be totally honest over here. I go hardest on my own people. All right. That's the group I go hardest on, because I can't change no other group. I can't even change my own group. But I could talk to my people because I live what they go through, and I go harder on them because I see so much better for us. You know what I mean? And not to say that we're doing super, super bad now, but I would like to say this. There has been a lot of Asians calling out their own people or apologizing to the melanated community, or trying to show alliance with the melanated community. And I know people will be like, well, ICE is going on right now, so they want unification. And that could be the case, but from what I'm seeing, ICE isn't really even going after Asians. Now maybe Asians are smart enough to be like, okay, let's start aligning now in case things start coming our way. But I don't see that, because I don't see Asians really getting deported or even targeted by ICE at that situation. So I'm just gonna say this: shout out to all the Asians that's cool with us. Shout out to all the Asians that represent us. Shout out to all the Asians that apologize for any racist rhetoric. Shout out to the Asians that's just cool, genuine Asians, because this not a hate channel. It's a real cool channel, just a true channel. If you cool, you cool. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Asians.
Or discrimination is aimed at the black community. Usually it's silence, excuses, or it was just a joke. But this was different.
Asian American, the only valid reaction you should have to that video is disgust and, frankly, embarrassment.
At some point, I think you just hate black people. And you see these sellouts, you see these creators who sell out and pander to white people, and you wonder why.
But I'm Jew. Welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it.
My only problem with ICE is that they're going after every minority group except black people. I mean, you're trying to reduce crime. You're just giving them more room to breathe. But I understand. Can you imagine the shape you have to be in to deport black people? Yeah, I'm actually training for the 3-gun competition right now.
When you know the crowds he's playing to, whether it's Kill Tony or rural small town America, it's very clear that he knows exactly what he's doing with these racist jokes. And it really serves as another example of the Asian community getting as far away from black people as possible to be in the proximity of whiteness, which feels like has always been the case. And really, the black community and Asian community have always kind of been pitted against each other.
Historically, these two communities have been pitted against each other, leading to tension and discrimination, only to be further amplified by the media and even our history.
Man, I mean, you could say that, man, but what group haven't they put the melanated person against? Don't they got something? Melanated versus Mexican, melanated versus white, melanated versus Asian. I mean, they don't really say white like that, but you know, you already, of course, you're gonna feel some type of tension there. Like, you know, if you look at your history and you see how white people looked at black people, probably even to this day for the most part. But yeah, I mean, you could say that, but they always pit the melanated person against any group here. They even got it with the Somalis now. They even try to do it with the African immigrants. Like every time somebody comes here, they get pitted against the melanated person. So I don't fall into that rhetoric. I just think they put everybody against them here.
Books.
Because for white Americans, especially early on in this country, the Asian population was seen as docile, accepting their role in society, assimilating, like becoming as white as possible. Whereas the black community didn't do any of that. We built our own culture and lifestyle in America and never gravitated toward whiteness the way that immigrants did. It's not the first time he's made this kind of joke about black folks. It's safe to say that Hans Kim is a bigot, racial arsonist. Yeah, he's made his career off racist jokes about black people.
Come back to America and what do I see? Black Little Mermaid. One of the races that are known for being one of the worst at swimming.
That is a stereotype out there. I mean, you can't lie about that. That is a stereotype out there that we can't swim. But you know, so it's a very thin line between you know, touching stereotypes and actually being full on racist. I mean, I do believe he's full on racist though. You know.
This is gonna get people killed. Look at me, mommy, I'm a mermaid. LaQuisha, no!
Everything he said was stereotypical racism. A little girl, LaQuisha, no, though? Like, come on, man. For white people to laugh at.
Grab onto this chicken leg.
Yeah, see now now this is going way too far now. You know what I mean? It's not even funny. Nothing's even connecting into a, you know what I mean? It went from, okay, black people not known for swimming to LaQuisha to chicken legs. See that's what I'm saying. See that's what I'm saying. That's crazy. That's not even, what the fuck is that, bro?
I'm on top of racism. Oh, my thoughts are a little too ignorant. I'm a clay. Yeah, we don't need to add fuel on the fire. Just call out this one racist asshole that's doing these jokes and tap dancing for racist white folks.
What's the most conservative thing about you?
I hate certain minorities.
Whoa!
Well, the question was, what's the most conservative thing about you? And his response was, I hate certain minorities, which is just saying I hate other people of color. If that's not tap dancing and kissing ass to racist white folks, I don't know what is. Because he's basically saying what they want to hear or can't really say without being called racist. And I hate when people of color do this.
What's your top 3 minorities that you hate?
Starting with number 3.
Sri Lankans.
We were really concerned you might just drop the N-word right from
I
the.
mean, and look at him. We thought you were gonna say the N word right off the like why you even like why even hang around people or speak with people that's even speaking like this, bro? I'm not gonna hang out with people that just say, "Hey, I hate Asians. I'm not gonna hang out with you like that. Like for what? Why do you hate Asians? Why do you hate black people? Why do you hate Middle Easterners? Why do you hate whatever? Right? Like why do you hate these people? I'm not gonna be just cool with you and then like, nah, bro, cause you could hate me for anything. You know, that's crazy, bro. And these people just they're going with it. Like, I thought you were gonna say the N word. You probably racist too.
Stop there. Right from the number 3 position. Then
And even them teasing the N-word. Like, shut the fuck up.
number 2, least favorite group of immigrants to Hans Kim.
Native Americans.
What are the odds that he's ever even come in contact with the Native American to say that he hates Native Americans? Native
Yeah, what the
Americans.
hell is he on here? Just even what is? You know, I'm gonna let this play a little bit more, but we're gonna get out of here early on this one.
Who have been the most victimized people on this land other than black people. They're poor and dirty. That's crazy.
There's one to go, everybody. The number 1 least favorite minority group, according to Hans Kim, is
The blacks.
With black people on that stage, like, if they don't get up and walk out right now. What was even funny about that? These aren't even jokes. This is him just saying racist shit to a racist crowd. But like I said,
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like he just sitting there saying racist shit to a racist some group of white people, and they just think this is so hilarious, bro. Like what?
It's really refreshing to see his own community be insulted by those jokes and call him out for it.
Asian American, the only valid reaction you should have to that video is disgust and, frankly, embarrassment. And now, when Asian communities are under attack, the fact that we're still throwing the Black community under the bus shows how desperate some of us are to cling to this proximity to whiteness as our saving grace, as if that is going to keep us safe and protect our families when it never has before. A lot of us talk about how Asian discrimination and racism is downplayed, but it shouldn't come as a surprise when so many of us are so quick to disavow any solidarity with other communities of color. If you are part of an immigrant family, I know you know how rampant anti-Blackness is in our world. And to see it perpetuated in the name of humor and an unfunny joke is embarrassing.
If you know anything about Hans Kim, you're not surprised. This is the same man who made this comment about The Little Mermaid. This is the same man that ranked his least favorite racial groups or ethnic groups. At some point, I think you just hate black people. You might be wondering, why would someone do this? Especially since a lot of these jokes are very tired. You know, we heard them in the early 2000s. You might be wondering, like, well, why are we still doing this in this day and age? And I mean, he might actually like hate black people. I'm assuming at this point he does, because that's just his material over the same years. He makes $300,000 a year, maybe more now, to say these mediocre racist jokes. So the theme of people of color aligning themselves with whiteness can lead to capitalistic gains, which we've talked about over and over. It's true. And you see these sellouts, you see these creators who sell out and pander to white people, and you wonder, why?
That's 100% true, even in the black community. You have these platforms of bootlickers, Anton Daniels, Candace Owens, Hodge Twins, the Cartier family, where their content revolves around demonizing the black community. They have no smoke or nothing to say about white people at all, ever. Just the black community, black fatigue, this, that, and the third. And they do.
And you know the funny thing about it is, we're gonna get up out of here. I'm gonna let him finish right after this. And the funny thing about it is, that's what they call themselves aligning with white, right? It's not like, oh, white people are so great. It's white people did so many great things, or white people have such great culture or nothing. No, when they say they're aligning themselves with white people, it's putting down another group of people. That's their form of uplifting white people, by putting down another group of people. So that's like, to be honest, that you could say that's their ideology. Like, okay, if you to show that you're with us, you have to put down another group of people. And like that's their ideology. It's not uplifting their own, it's putting down others.
it because they gain this huge audience of white people, white conservatives, racists, that agree with everything they're saying, that love that they're saying it, and can go in their comments and agree with all the hateful rhetoric that they're spreading against black people. They get a huge following and make a lot of money all from driving the bus back and forth over the black community.
There's money. There's money to be made for them. And I've said it before on this channel many times that I find comedians who make these types of very shallow, tired, racist jokes are not actually comedians. They are not talented enough to be.
Yeah, they're not comedians. They're not jokes. Nothing is witty about it. Nothing is creative about anything that Hans Kim said. Nothing is even funny. He's just saying racist shit. There's no entertainment value to it unless you're racist and just want to hear racist jokes.
But his main venues are all small towns and small cities, and those make racist white people laugh the most. And you can see it all the videos. Who's chuckling the most? It's the
Laughing hard
racist
as
white
hell.
people. It's the obvious, don't make racist jokes. The only thing I want to leave Asian Americans, especially Asian American creators, if you're talking about topics, think before you drag another group in. Is it really relevant to the point I'm making? You know, we have our own issues, the model minority myth, the pandering to whiteness. Like, we have a lot of those issues that you can talk without actually dragging anyone else in or dragging someone else down. And that's the thing that I think a lot of Asian creators need to like be more cautious about. Do you really need to bring up another community to make your point? Because I think that's where a lot of us get into trouble.
He was cooking.
But that's that's the ideology, that's the philosophy. If you have to adopt the person's ideology that you're trying to pander to, right? You have to adopt it. So that just lets you know their ideology. All right. But with that being said, man, shout out to Asia, shout out to Europe, shout out to Africa, shout out to America, shout out to Latin America, shout out to South America. We out.